Hi everyone, uh, welcome to today's lecture. The fundamental aspects of today's lecture is on what to say docking, where we go for protein selections. So let us select a protein data bank files and how we edit a protein and what are the characteristics of binding pocket selection. This is the fundamentals of today's what do you say lecture. So let us go for a protein data bank and let us see the characteristics what you get from a protein data bank. In this data bank, if you see, now I am just typing a protein which is 6MO7. I'll simply click on it. It clearly tells me about N-terminal bromo domain of human BRD2 with some ligand in it as an inhibitor. Now if you see, it clearly tells you that there is an ligand which is inhibiting this protein, that is 4N cyclopentenyl sulfamyl 4-methyl 3-methoxy isoxazole 5-aryl methyl inhibitor. This is the fundamental information which you are getting from the structure, and you have to understand one more fundamental aspects, that the protein deposited in the protein data bank is either by single crystal XRD or by NMR or by cryo-electron microscopy. So based upon these three parameters, your protein structure is deposited in the protein data bank. So here you need to know by which method this is deposited. As you know that the single crystal XRD, the method is most useful method of characterization by tilde. That's why you can see here on the screen it is a single crystal XRD. Later on, if you see, you can have a primary citation of this article. Suppose if you have any doubts on the binding pocket selection, grid selection and everything, you can refer this article and see what exactly you can know from the literature. And if you see, these are the macromolecule, that is bromodomain containing protein, which is explains about your protein structure. And further, these are the sequence parameters of this your protein, that is the genome sequence. Now comes the fundamental aspects of your ligand. Now here this is ligand is bind, which is bind in the active site. Again, if you see the structure of ligand, it is in 2-dimensional as well as 3-dimensional. Now there is one more parameter called resolution. Now if you see this resolution, higher the resolution value, the lower the defined the protein. That means the resolution value should be less than 2 or 1. If there is more less than 1, that means the protein is well resolved in structure. So the R value should be minimum, as well as the resolution value should be very minimum enough to refinement and perfect data of your protein structure. And it can also shows you the Ramachandran plots of your data. These are the fundamental information. Let us see the parameters of binding pocket. So for that, we have to go for ligand, and here we simply go on ligand interaction. Once you click the ligand interaction, this will take you towards a 3-dimensional interaction of ligand with your protein. Now if you see, this is your 3-dimensional structure. Simply clicking the full screen mode, this full screen mode gave me the complete structural information of my ligand in its active pocket. Further, you need to understand one thing, that this protein, that is 6MO7, is an oligomeric protein which contains 3 chain, that is having 3 similar proteins crystallized, 3 similar monomers crystallized in the form of a polymer. So these are the fundamental information you need to know from the basic structure. Now if you see the active site, there are some amount of water molecules which are present in the vicinity of the active site. So here the fundamental question is, which water molecule should be retained, which water molecule should be deleted from a protein. These are the fundamental question which arises while you perform any docking or what you say biological simulations. For that, you need to simply, you do not bother anything. The basic fundamental protocol followed is selecting the water molecules within the 5 angstroms of binding pocket is well defined. So first thing is you need to know what water molecules are available in that binding pocket. You need to see. Suppose let us take this red, these are the indication of water molecule. Now if I click it, it gave me a residue number that is 374. So again I will go for that. So let me go back and click the ligand interaction again once again. Once I do that, what exactly the information I am going to get is, see, now this is my active site. Simply I'll click on this red dot. So that red dot gives me some information of so what information I am getting is, you see, the HOH 362. So let me click any on water molecule. What information I'll get, that information is displayed on your screen. So this will tell you, so the fundamental information of what exactly you need to do with your water molecule, and what water molecule should be retained and what water molecule should be deleted. These are highlighted in this protein structure. Let us take this let me take this part. Simply I'm clicking this. Once I click this, you can see the water molecule which I have selected is 339. That means I have to retain that water molecule which is near to the binding pocket, that is ligand, whether it may be a promoter or it may be an inhibitor. This is the fundamental aspects of active site directed docking. Let us take this one. See, once I click this is highlighted and the water molecule is 339. Let us change the molecule to another one. Let me select this one. Now I am selecting this. Once I do that, let me see. It is 339. Let me do this. Yeah, let me do this. It is 316. So these are the water molecules which are present in the vicinity of your active site. So let us see with a proprietary software how it is done. The proprietary software is CLC Drug Discovery Workbench. In this, I am just clicking on the import 3-dimensional structure. Once I do that, my 3-dimensional structure is available on my screen. So I already told you it is an oligomeric protein. So you can have 3 chains which are same but is reproducible. So let me take only one chain. So I have selected only one chain, and out of ligands, let me select only one, and I am removing all the other 3. So how to select that is, you have a chain A, so I have to select the ligand A. This is the only basic fundamental. Once you do that, simply click on your ligand and select hydrogen bonds. Once you show hydrogen bonds, see here, this molecule is having hydrogen bonds with some residues as well as some water molecules. Let us see what are all those residues and water molecules. Simply I'll create an atom group which is hydrogen bonded to, that means our ligand. Once I do that, and simply I will label all the others which are in, see, now this is your residue, that is proline 98 as well as ASN 156. So these two are the residual interaction. Apart from this residual interaction, you can see there are some hydrogen bonding interactions with water, that is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So this is one residue. So now once I click on this, you got HOHA316, that is 316 water molecule is present in the active site. Let me select the other one, that is also 316. Let me select the other one. This is 331. Let me select the other one, 384. So what I am getting is the water molecules 306, 331, 384 which are present in the active site are having hydrogen bond with your uh, ligand or inhibitor, which are responsible for the active site that may be inhibiting the protein. So now how you selectively remove these water molecules from the active site, because displacing these water molecules by an designed molecule is very peculiar in designing the drugs which displaces the water molecule that is also responsible for your biological activity. Let us see simple way of deleting the selected water molecules. Simply go with the protein and open the protein with your protein data bank. Simply open with your and select WordPad in this. So I'll select WordPad. So once I select this WordPad, now my protein gets, sorry, my data gets open. Now you simply press end in your PC. Once you do that, what happens is, see, these many het atoms are there. These het atoms are water molecules as well as your ligand. Now you should selectively retain those water molecule, that is 313, 336 and whatever you saw in your proprietary software, as well as from your protein data bank. This is the fundamental information. Let me select this one. What exactly this shows me? So let me do once again ligand interaction. Once I go for ligand interaction, whatever the protein of interest, I'll get, yeah, this is my water molecule. Let me click, yeah, this is residue, not water molecule. Let me select the other one. So let me select this water molecule. Yeah, 369 is water molecule which is bonded with active site. Yeah, let me check with another water molecule which is binding. So let me check this. 374. Okay, let me check with another water molecule. 354. Let me check with another water molecule. 337. Let me check with another water molecule, if any. So these water molecules are peculiar in selecting of your active site docking. So blindly removing all water molecules will not help you. So you should selectively retain those water molecule in the active site along with your ligand, and you should ensure that the displacement energy, that means the energy required to displace this water molecule from the active site with standard and reference ligand, should also be taken into part in the site directed docking. This is a fundamental information. Hope you guys like my lectures. Subscribe, share and enjoy my lectures, and welcome to my lecture. This is Dushyant Reddy signing off, and we'll be back with a new lecture. Thank you. Done.